Hi and welcome to Shop RJ Pasini for great deals. Today is June 25th, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content and come back for more. Today, folks, I was doing good until I came across this. I was like, no, you're not a power seller. Check below to see how you could become a power seller. Alerts, you lost your power seller status. None. This guy used to always be lit up with you, the little guy. You remember him? He's no longer shining anymore. I am done. I'm done with eBay. No, I'm only kidding. But yeah, I'm not a power seller anymore, folks. I got demoted. Yep, you heard it. I got demoted. And why did I get demoted? Because eBay set their thresholds up from $1,000 up to thousands of dollars. I don't want to say because it's embarrassing. But over here is the requirement amount, and over here was the current amount. And as you could see, well, you didn't see, you can't see the figures, but I didn't mean it. Yep. So I said to myself, okay, what do I do now? You know, I got on the phone, I called eBay up, and I wanted to find out, you know, if eBay will ever change this around. I don't think it's fair, because if you look at eBay's requirements to be a power seller, they tell you you have to have so many thousands of you're supposed to make at least $1,000 and transactions within a year. Matter of fact, let's go there and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so in order to meet the requirements to become a top rated seller, you have to meet certain things here, certain criteria. It goes on to say top rated sellers will be eligible for 3 benefits on any listings they offer: a 1-day handling time, free 30-day or better return policy with money back option, 10% discount on final value fees, a prominent top rated plus badge. Well, anyway, this is for the top rated seller program, right? But if we want to go to the other window, well, anyway, this is the requirements to become a top rated seller for those who are seeking to be a top rated seller. These are the things you need to do. Okay, the tracking, all right, it breaks down percentages. Do not exceed the maximum limit of both percent and count. Okay, whatever. Percentage of transactions with tracking, uploading, and handling time and validated by carrier, 95% or more. Okay, which is good. I mean, I still fit in that category. Transaction defect rate. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Is well, it says percentage of total transactions that were canceled for being out of stock or had a case closed without a seller solution. The percentage can help you understand how to satisfy your buyers with their transactions. So it's got to be 0.050% or less. That's the percentage. In the count, it's got to be less than 4. Late shipment. Late shipment rate is percentage of your transactions that were delivered late according to either your buyer or the carrier. 3% or less than 6. All right. Let's see here. Okay, did I read that there? Where you carry? Oh, it says if you could ship on time and upload a validated tracking, or your buyers tell us that the shipment was on time, they leave a feedback. Then if it won't, then it won't count as a late shipment. Otherwise, if the tracking details or your buyers indicate more than 7% of your transactions were shipped late, we may follow up with the about the handling time you offer in your listings. Okay. And then cases closed with that, case closed with that seller resolution. They get the percentage again, 0.30% or less, 2 or less. Okay, a case closed without seller resolution in any case in which a seller does not respond or to resolve a problem with the buyer prior to escalation. And then it goes on to say here, other criteria requirements: transactions in 12 months, 100. Okay, total sales in 12 months. Oh, this is total, yeah, transactions in 12 months, right? 100. Total sales in 12 months is 1,000. And your number of days on eBay, 90 plus days, right? Okay, so that's one criteria of it as far as like to be a top rated seller. But if you were a power seller, there's a little difference there. Let's see here. Let's go to that window. Okay, I just went on Google because it was giving me basically a little different information, and I typed in Google what the power seller requirements were, and here's what it is. It's basically be registered with the eBay for the last 90 days, have an account in good standing, maintain a positive feedback at 98% or higher over the past 12 months, follow all eBay policies, have a minimum of 100 transactions and $3,000 in sales with U.S. buyers over the past 12 months. Okay. Now, that was just I just did a thing, like I said, I did a Google search on there. But let me explain something to you guys. Okay, so I got off the phone with the eBay teammate, and I was told, because I was very concerned about losing my power seller status. And she told me that basically what eBay, in so many roundabout way, is what they're doing is, not saying they're phasing out the power seller status program, but basically being top rated plus is basically the same thing. The only thing I think from what the differentiation between the two is the when you are a power seller, you're exceeding the requirement as far as like revenues. Like, in other words, I think their standard revenue right now, in order to become a bronze power seller, you had to make at least $3,000 or more to keep that the power seller status. Apparently, if people lose it, they reevaluate. If you don't come in that threshold, then you will lose it. And I guess that's how I lost my power seller status. Not off by much, but it is what it is, But anyway, going forward, I just want to share some news with eBay in regards to this here with you guys. For example, if you do want to become top-rated seller, it's basically, it is right here. Here's what you get. It tells you basically what you get here. Here's what you get when you're a top-rated seller plus items. All items offer a minimum 30-day money-back guarantee return policy, right? Sellers commit to shipping the items within 1 business day with tracking provided. All items are all items from experienced sellers with the highest buyer ratings. Now, I still get that. Okay, I still get that. I'm still, as far as I know, as far as I'm concerned, I'm still top rated. I've still been evaluated as top rated. So that's pretty good. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm still considered that. So I can't complain. Also, with this here, again, I guess this is another part of it, unless this is just eBay in general. Worry shop eBay, worry-free shopping. eBay CFU, eBay money back guarantee. I don't think this has anything to do just yet with the top-rated seller, not that I recall, but this is probably an advertisement that they're talking about. It says money back guarantee, worry-free shopping. Get the item you've ordered or your money back on virtually all items. Right? You click on to learn more. Then you can go to my eBay. Here's how to get your money back, and you go to eBay, and it tells you if your item hasn't arrived or it isn't described as described. Go to my eBay and find the item you purchased, the history, select the return, and item not received within 30 days of delivery. Not resolved, let us know. If the issue is not resolved within 3 business days, contact us. We'll get your money back fast. Okay, you'll hear from us within 48 hours. Tracking, check the item description for shipping terms and tracking instructions. Tracking is available on millions of items. You could check your item status in my eBay. Just go to the eBay listing in the purchase history and look for the fast and free on your listings. Lots of eBay sellers offer it. And it says track your item, and so on and so forth. Now, this doesn't have anything to do with the top-rate seller. The top-rate seller is what I just showed you, this one here, when you get the top-rate seller plus, okay? And you could also, here, that's when I think I clicked this one on, right? Let's see, did I click this one? Yeah, I think this one brought me to this window, right? Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so it brought me back to this window. Yeah, the eBay money back guarantee. So this is basically what you're going to offer, and this is how it's going to work and can do it conducive to the buyer. It's giving them a heads up, like, hey, don't worry, you're going to get your money back. Everything's going to be fine. But like I said again, from what I was told, I'm still going to get my 10% discount, and there's the window for it. I'll show you in a second here. Let me get back to it. Yes, and as you can see here on my seller dashboard snapshot, you can see I'm still top rated. I still get the 10% discount, and my account is current, and I'm no longer a power seller. That's okay. But anyway, let's go back here. Let's close this window out. I don't need to save the change. It was just a snapshot. Yeah, so this is what you got. This is basically what it's all about. From what I was told with the eBay teammate, I'm still getting all the perks and everything. It's just like I said again with the power seller. Basically, you're just meeting that high, the sales volume. So that's what the new sales volume is. In order to become a power seller, you got to maintain or at least hit the 3,000 plus probably mark in order to become a power seller, which is really no big difference, because if you look at my listings anyway, which we will go to those right now, I'm going to click on here, go to my sell, and you will see if I can get this to go. My computer's pretty slow. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. If you go over here on the selling, you'll see here that we'll click one on here really quick here. My computer's slow as molasses. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just going to click anyone here, and this is here. You can still see at the top rated plus here. The most important thing is what I pointed out, the teammate pointed out to me, is that in order to maintain it, you got to order the 30-day return. Have offer 30-day returns, and again, it's just from the United States and so on and so forth. And you do offer right here, see the returns, free 30-day returns here. Okay, and that you ship out one day, and you offer, provide the tracking and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty much it's pretty cut and dry. If you follow eBay's rules and regulations, you should be okay. If you click on over here, learn more, it'll take you back to that page there. And this is another one here, and it'll tell you the seller levels performance standards, right? Making sure your buyers receive a great service from all our sellers is one of our top priorities. Our seller levels and performance standards help you track your performance and let buyers shop with confidence. Okay, and then they have other stuff that you can go into look at. You could appeal a defect if you got a defect on your account. You could also check into service metrics, seller levels, becoming top rated plus benefits and requirements. Again, you could read that there. If you like, number of defects that will affect your seller rating. So just be careful. And then if you go through it, these here are all outlined for you. Top rated, above standard, below standard. It just has a whole bunch of information. You become a top rate seller, then I'll tell you all about it. Again, in order to become a power seller, you have to at least do over $3,000 in sales. Here, they want you to become a top rate seller, have an account, again, like I said, with 90 days, 100 transactions, and 1,000 sales within the U.S. within 12 months. Okay. Then top rate seller plus requirements, same thing. These are the things they want you to offer. As a top rated seller, you can qualify for exclusive top rated plus benefits if you offer one-day business handling, which I do, with 30-day or longer free returns. The top rated plus seal will be displayed promptly in the search results and listing description. A 10% discount will be applied to final value fees. This is what I was concerned about, because I said to myself, oh my God, I'm not a power seller. Am I going to lose my 10% discount? But no, it doesn't work that way. The way she made it sound to me, folks, the impression I got, it kind of like, I don't know eventually if eBay is just going to get rid of that power seller stuff altogether. I mean, that's the impression I'm getting, but the way she was talking, that's the way I took it. So whether that's going to actually happen or not, I don't know. Maybe eBay will get rid of it eventually. Maybe they won't. I don't know. But that's the impression I got from her. And then again, you could also check a little more into this here. I'm going to expand a little on stuff, my situation as to why I call them up. But otherwise, you could always check that out later on. I want to go over this other window really quick over here. If you guys want to get the latest news, the latest updates, go to the eBay community, okay, chat board here, and let me give it a URL. It's https://community.ebay.com, and you can check it out. They got over here internet sales tax that applies in more states. Then it's got FSO 45, why awesome customer service matters, and then so on and so forth here. Okay, you might want to hit this here. This one here is very good. You got a lot of good information, especially if you're new to eBay or you've been thinking about becoming an eBay seller. You might want to read this here from what other people are posting up here. I read it pretty much, on occasion. I don't read it every day. I'm not going to lie to you, but I do read it on occasion. And you can see the topics that they talk about here. Item arrived broken, PayPal pop-up not working, just rotating, customer service, coach authentication, leather, and so on and so forth. You could read that there. And you could also load more of this. There's more than what you got here. You can hit this here, and you can load up some more discussion board, information here. But I definitely recommend you check this out, okay? Definitely check this out if you get a chance. You know the URL, I gave it to you, it's up here, and I definitely would recommend you look it over. Also, I want to just go over it really quick. Here's some eBay YouTube channels. This one here is eBay. You can see you got 114,000 subscribers. I subscribe to it, as you can see here. I also click that bell notification to get the bell. If you unclick it, then if you click it again, then you'll get it. You won't get it. I keep it on, as you can see, it's active, and I also subscribe. They got different stories here. Okay, you got to look at the things they have. You know, they talk about different topics here. Also over here, printing labels with eBay shipping partner platforms, handling time option of eBay guaranteed delivery, associating listings to rate tables, creating a rate table, and opting into eBay guaranteed delivery. You could read these stories here, or not read them. You could watch these stories here just by clicking them on. Go to the eBay YouTube channel. There's also another one here that has this is a different one. This one is eBay for Business. So you guys might want to check into this here. Now, I'm going to just play this here really quick, and then I have another one it's in regard to promoted listings. So I'm going to mute my mic. I'm going to play this here really quick for you guys. It's 1 minute and 43 seconds long, and check it out. Again, if you guys if you are eBay sellers or you're thinking about becoming an eBay seller, you might want to look this over, okay? And again, you can see I'm subscribed here as well. And again, I click that bell notification icon, so I want to be updated as to when I get it. But let me mute my mic and let me, this way you guys could check it out. Also, before I do that, let me go over here. I was watching a little part of it. I've seen it once before, but I just want to play it again. So here we go, folks. I'm going to mute my mic.
With all the listings on eBay, how can yours stand out? Promoted Listings is an easy-to-use advertising service that can boost your listing's visibility by up to 36%. Best of all, you only pay when your item sells through a Promoted Listings ad placement. It's easy. Simply choose what items to promote and set an ad rate. That's the fee you'll pay when the item sells. See what sellers are saying. It takes just a few minutes to get started with Promoted Listings. Go to your active listings page. Click the Promoted Listings filter to see which of your listings are eligible. Choose the items you want to promote. Then, click Promote. eBay will automatically apply the trending ad rate to your selected items, but you can adjust it or set a cap at any time. Here's a tip. Choosing an ad rate at or slightly above the trending ad rate will give you the most exposure. Finally, add your items to an existing campaign or create a new one. Click Promote to start your campaign. Another tip, check out your Promoted Listings dashboard weekly to optimize your campaigns. You can adjust ad rates, add new listings to campaigns, see what's selling, and download reports. If you're looking to get more visibility and more sales on eBay, check out Promoted Listings. To learn more, go to ebay.com/promotedlistings.
Okay, that's one in regards to promoted listings. Now, here's another one on eBay, about eBay on their YouTube channel. And this one here is Reach More. Now, this one here, and I know you're probably thinking, wait, you're playing the same video over again. But this one says, unless it's an updated one, this one says sell more with promoted listings. This one says reach new buyers with promoted listings. This is only 1 minute and 1 second long, so I'm going to play this one for you as well, and you get a little idea what it's all about. Okay, let me mute my mic again. Whoops, hold on. Oh boy, trying to get to right to the beginning here. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
If you're an eBay seller, reaching new buyers has never been easier. The eBay Promoted Listings feature is the simple and hassle-free way to give your products more exposure and place them in front of more active shoppers throughout their shopping journey. Setting up your campaign is a breeze. Your ad is automatically generated from your listings, then placed where it'll have even more exposure. And best of all, there's no setup fee. You set the percentage of the sale price you're willing to pay. Then only pay when a buyer clicks on your ad and purchases your product within 30 days. Our user-friendly dashboard gives you visibility into how your products are selling, so you'll be able to adjust your ad rate to remain competitive and reach the right buyers at the right time. Market to who it matters when it matters. Get started today at ebay.com/getpromotedlistings.
Okay, that's the two videos I wanted to show you. Again, I think it's pretty good if you want to get started with eBay. Like I said, again, if you're a person thinking about selling on eBay, you might want to check into this here. I highly recommend it. It doesn't hurt. You know, if I understand with the promoted listings, you don't get billed until you actually make a sale with it. How good it is, I don't know, folks. I didn't try it yet. I'm contemplating on using it on some of my listings, but I got to see. I'm not going to probably keep it at the prevailing threshold, you know, the percentage they're using, 4%. I was told by another seller, if you try at 1%, it might be a little better instead of going to the 5 or whatever whatever eBay recommends. But you could adjust it, as you could see. You could adjust the percentage rate on it. But anyway, let me back out of here, and I just want to go over some stuff. I'm going to close this video out. Okay, guys, I hope that information helps. But what I wanted to really share with you guys is I was on the phone today, earlier this morning, we're talking to eBay, our teammate, in regards to my I had 2 defects on my account, my seller account, and I called up and I questioned about it. And I said, wait a minute. I said, you know, I'm looking at my seller dashboard, and I notice I have 2 defects here for a late shipment, or no, not providing tracking and tracking numbers on time, whatever. And I said, I want to know, maybe you can help me out with this here, because I'm a little baffled as far as to why I don't have it. You know, why do I have 2 late things here with providing not tracking? And she said to me, one was for a storybook reader that I had sold a while back. I think one was sold in March or December, and the other, no, I think that was sold in March, and the other one was sold in December, something along that line. And that was that issue there. And I explained to her, I go, what did I get? She goes, because you didn't ship on time, the item arrived late. I said, what do you mean late? I said, once I get an item, once somebody makes a purchase, I go to the storage facility, I pick up that item, I print out a transaction detail off of PayPal, I print out my packing slip from PayPal, and then after I package it up, then I go to eBay and I weigh it up and I print out the label that has tracking on it. She goes, well, we don't show tracking for that particular item. So I go, well, she goes, was that a local pickup? I said, no, it wasn't a local pickup. And this is what I want to share with you guys. Now, I think it was last month, I had sold, it might even be this month, either last month or this month, the beginning of this month, I should say. I had sold an ST's rocket, rockets there. Okay, there were a whole bunch of them in there. It was a kit, things that you shoot up with the little engines and stuff. Anyway, what happened was I had it in a listing to buy it. So I was going to ship it to the person. So what happened was, after a person made the purchase, I want to share this because it's pretty important. It depends how you are. It depends how much you want to keep your eBay account in sync. With everything. In other words, you want it to be pretty close to perfect. All right. I know in some cases it's not going to be like that, but let's just say I'm like perfectionist. I like to keep everything. If not, instead, like she told me, oh, you're 95% good. I go, I like to be 100%. With my seller account. But anyway, so what happened was this: the person who bought the rockets, right? They made the purchase right away. I mean, I listed it within 15 minutes. It was sold, right? I heard the cha-ching there. And when you print it, when you see where it's coming from, you're going to get a rep. You're going to prep it. It happened to be the guy who made the purchase is about 5 to 10 minutes away from me. So I didn't click on there. Now eBay, when you're listings, you could put down local pickup. Now apparently she checked. I said, I can't swear it. I go, I think I put a local pickup on there. Because I go, and if that's why, I go, if that is the case, that's why I didn't provide tracking, right? How are you going to provide tracking? She looked at, she goes, no, you didn't put local pickup. She goes, but I did see where you refunded the buyer the shipping costs. Exactly. The person's 10 minutes away, 5 to 10 minutes away. I could drive to the person's place of business, because they have the business, the name, the address on there, and I know it's a business company. So the person was probably buying it on the job, where they work. So I messaged back the buyer. I said, listen, you're right down the road from me, basically. I said, you could come by and pick it up after work if you like. So the guy goes, that sounds like a good idea. You would save yourself, I think he was going to save, I don't know, maybe $5 or $7, whatever it was, for shipping and handling, because it was about yay big. It had some rockets in there and stuff like that. Well, you know, they balsa wood stuff and whatever. But I wanted to save the person money. Now, I could have just mind my own business and just like, you know what, let the guy pay the shipping. But me, being a good-natured person as I am, I messaged the buyer. I said, listen, you know, you're right down the road. If you want to come pick it up, you could save the postage and handling. So the person's like, you know, it's not a bad idea. I think I will do that. Okay. Long story short, going forward, because I didn't, then she looked it up. She says, no, you didn't offer local pickup. She goes, that's why you got a transaction defect as far as like, for no tracking. You didn't upload tracking. I said, well, here's what happened. And I explained to her. She goes, well, we could have tried to appeal that. She goes, but right now, your account is not jeopardized. In other words, you're still top rated plus. So she goes, there's really no need to appeal it. She goes, if you want to still, venture into it, she goes, you could, but I don't think anything's going to come out of it. I say, you know what? I do like everything. I do like everything I want my account to be perfect. I want to have no defect rate or anything of any sort. She goes, well, they're going to drop off. One will drop off in March and one will drop off in December of this coming up, whatever. So I said, all right, whatever. I said, something, it's okay. She goes, look, you're still top rated. Don't get yourself all upset over it. She goes, you're going to be fine. She goes, they're going to drop off and everything, unless you get other defect rates or whatever, or not uploading tracking. She goes, you should be fine. You should be up at 100%. And same thing with returns. I have, well, knock on wood, I have 0 returns. So I told her, I said, I'm like a perfectionist. I like to keep everything up to snuff, keep my account good. I'm going to keep 100% feedback. And I said, because I take eBay serious. I've been on eBay since 1999. 20 years I've been on this service, on this platform. And, I want to keep it that way. Now, again, I do have my ups and downs with it. Like I was joking around with her. I said, I do have a love-hate relationship with eBay. I always say that in a joking way. I love them when I'm making money and I hate them when I'm not. But it's in a joking way. I say that in a joking manner. I don't really hate eBay, because if I did, I wouldn't be selling on eBay, right? I mean, seriously, would I be selling? If I hated this platform, I wouldn't be on it right now, right? Right. So anyway, going forward, what I want to say, the heads up I want to give to you people out there who are selling on eBay, or think about selling on eBay, if you do have a listing on there and you don't have local pickup on it, okay? If you're going to, now eBay puts that in their listings part of their setup form. You could also you could also offer shipping, but you could also offer local pickup. There she was right, but at the same time, eBay should have made accommodation to me, accommodating me. In other words, because I didn't offer tracking because the person, it was a local pickup. She goes, I see that there. She goes, you refunded the buyer the shipping costs. I said, yes, I did. She goes, well, don't worry, that's going to be okay. She goes, it's not going to affect you anyway. She goes, because we see it, we got in our system that you wanted to make, you made the payment to the buyer, you returned the shipping costs. So she goes, don't worry about that. She goes, look, you're still top rated, don't worry about it. My main concern, the reason why I was upset about that, with the power seller status, I thought I was going to lose the other stuff, the 10% discount and all the little perks that come with being a top-rated seller, the top-rated plus seal and all that stuff. She said, no, to be honest with you, the way, like I said earlier, the way she made it sound like, I'm not saying eBay's going to grandfather that, out, take it out of it, get away from it altogether, but it seems like they're more prone to the top-rated seller stuff. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is, if you want to become a top-rated seller, follow their requirements and what they're issuing and what they want you to use in order to maintain that, which is a 30-day free returns, offer 1-day shipping, and provide, of course, the tracking, which we all do because you're printing out an eBay label. That should be, that's part of the requirement. However, she did say if you do a transaction and you're going through PayPal, they will generate a tracking number, but she says, in order to keep in good standard, you have to add that tracking number into your listing. Now, she was talking about a sale with a storybook reader, and she said there was no tracking, or it was arrived late. She goes, but I'm looking at your feedback, and she goes, I don't see anything where the buyer complained. Now, look, I told the woman, I told the teammate, I wasn't upset with her and stuff like that, because like I said, they get a lot of they get a lot of flack from different buyers, I mean sellers as well, buyers and sellers. I didn't give her flack. I said, well, you know, eBay's got to take into consideration, even though I offer 1-day shipping. There was a day, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, we had a lot of snow. There was no mail delivery. There was no mail delivery. And if I'm not, my memory serves me right, I believe I had a package or two waiting to go out. But that day, the post office was closed. I couldn't get out. The house wasn't snow plowed. My street wasn't snow plowed. So what do you do in a case like that? You know, eBay's got to make allotments like that. They got to, you know, take that into consideration. You're going to have bad weather now. You know, whoever people ever say, yeah, but I never heard of the postal. Well, my area, let's put it this way. I don't know about your area, but all I know is when that happened, there was no mail delivery whatsoever. Okay, I'm upfront and honest. I mean, you know, that's it. That's the name of the game here. I'm not just sugarcoating anything. I'm telling it like it is. There was no mail delivery. Okay. The roads were really bad, and the post office was closed. You know, so even if the roads were plowed, I couldn't even, if I did get to the post office, there'd be nobody to scan it in anyway. Okay, so keep that in mind. The other thing I want to say, I talk about this in my other videos too, when it comes to cross-selling. Now, if you're going to cross-sell on different platforms, Facebook Marketplace or like Bonanza, stuff like that, keep on top of that, folks. Keep on top of it, because for the simple reason is, if let's say a buyer makes a purchase on Bonanza, right, and you didn't update it on eBay, and that person is making and let's say you didn't get back, you know, out of sight, out of mind, you forgot, you got distracted, and the person that you're like, remember, you made the purchase on eBay, you know, the buyer made a purchase on Bonanza, which I do have that way. I'm cross-selling that way as well. Make sure, you know, and hope that that you get that off, remove it right away from eBay, because if another buyer makes a purchase on eBay, you're going to honor the first one. So for me, if a person made an offer, you know, made a purchase on Bonanza, I'm going to give it to that person. I can't say to Bonanza, listen, well, you could, if you don't really care about Bonanza, you can cancel it out. That's another thing too. It depends how you feel about Bonanza. I mean, I think out of the two, it depends the situation. Maybe I would just cancel out Bonanza and keep eBay, because that's the main account. But if you're going to, like I said again, do cross-selling, make sure if the item sells on Bonanza, you go to eBay right away, stop whatever you're doing, and get that offer there, end that listing. Because if the buyer makes a purchase and you cancel it, you know, you could cancel it out, but it's going to be a defect rate on your seller account. So keep that in mind. Seriously, that's what she told me. She goes, you know, that's where the problem will lie. That's where it'll affect your selling account. Okay, so just make sure. If you feel very uncomfortable with it, where you say, well, geez, I don't want to go through the, you know, I don't want to deal with Bonanza, or let's say you're selling an item on Poshmark or whatever, or Macari, and you got that one item on all 3 different platforms. You might want to, if you feel like it's going to be too much, or you might forget throughout the course of the day, you're best off just staying on one platform. And if your main account is eBay, keep it on eBay. This way you don't have to worry about it, okay? Because that'll cause a problem too. I already had that happen with Bonanza. No, actually with eBay. A person made a purchase on eBay, right? Now, Bonanza is supposed to update. I think they usually do it on a daily basis, right? But it doesn't matter, because it depends when they cycle in to do an update. If the person made the purchase on eBay, let's say it was at 12 in the afternoon, New York time, I'm on the East Coast here, and let's say Bonanza doesn't start to, you know, do an auto renew or auto refresh on their system, you know, it could be bad. Let's say they start their auto refreshing. Let's say they're going to start, you know, doing renewing or whatever, update the listings, I should say. Let's say at 2 o'clock their time. Person bought it on eBay at 12 o'clock. Now Bonanza is going to do theirs up at 2 o'clock. They're going to, you know, recycle the system. A person now may on Bonanza, because it's still active, still showing that it's there, they may make a purchase. In a case like that, that happened. Okay, and I just had to cordially tell the buyer, I'm very sorry, but this item has been already sold. Okay, now Again, I don't know if Bonanza has those type of things there. I don't know how strict or enforcement they are as far as like canceling out orders and stuff like that. If it puts a zinger on your account or not, I don't know. I'm not really, quote unquote, a Bonanza seller. I do have a cross, like I said, I am cross selling on there. I think since back in 2018, I only made 5 sales, just to give you a little heads up. That's the kind of sales you get from Bonanza. It's a nice platform. It's nice, but for me, it's okay. I mean, it's there. I figured, why not get double exposure, right? I mean, you got your listings on eBay. Why not put it on Bonanza? There are people that, believe it or not, do shop on Bonanza, okay? But anyway, yeah, keep that in mind, folks, because if you are, you know, like me, I'm very fussy when it comes to things like that, and I do like to keep things up and up. I would like to have, I told the lady on the team, you know, the eBay team, I said, I like it to be 100%. I don't want to have 95%. She goes, well, you're still good. She goes, you're still good. You're still top rated. I get evaluated next month, July 21st. I get my seller, eBay seller account will get evaluated. So let's see. Now, if you lose the top rated seller status, then, you know, you'll be paying a little additional in postage. You'll lose that 10% discount and so on. So you might say, yeah, it's no really big deal. Who cares? It's 10%. So, but, you know, me, I consider myself a frugal entrepreneur, and I look at I look at everything right down to the nickel and dime. Okay, you might say, well, you're a person, a nickel and dime person, but I am. I do. I watch everything, money coming in and money going out. You know, so keep that in mind. If again, if you are going to cross sell, and the other thing is, she told me, I just want to share this with you guys. If you have watches on your particular listing and you end it, be careful with that. I think she said, well, I heard 2 different stories. One person said you can end it with, if you have buyers on there, as long as no one made no one put a bid on it. But I don't do auctions. I do fixed pricing. She says if they have, she goes, if I'm not mistaken, she says if you are a seller that uses auction, right, and you see you have a bid on there, if you cancel it out and it has something, and it has where the buyer is not there's not an intervention between you and the buyer, where the buyer said, I want to cancel it out, you know, want you to manually cancel it out, but it's got to come from the buyer, that will put a defect on your account. So be careful. That's what I was told too. If there's an item that you want to take off for some reason and it's got a bid on it, you might want to rethink that. And if you're unsure yourself, call up eBay, explain to them, they'll probably tell you the same thing. I wouldn't advise you to do that because it can affect your account. But again, if it's a price, if there was an ever-end listing of, you know, pricing, whatever, and you felt like, well, you know, maybe I'll take the defect because the item I'm selling, I can get maybe $20 or $15 or $30 more. It would pay to maybe cancel it out, even if it did have a bid on it, and, you know, go with the consequences. It'll affect your account, and so be it. So then you could relist it again for a higher price. But be careful when it comes to that, folks. Okay, you know, I'm just sharing this information with you guys. I was on the phone with that teammate probably for a good half hour. And I really very patient. Realized I gotta say one thing though in closing this video. As I told her, I had one eBay teammate tell me one time, you're like an advocate for you know, PayPal and eBay. You know, because, and the reason why people said that to me is because when I do my videos, I've done in the past where I would tell, you know, potential buyers, whatever, or sellers, don't get mad at the teammates. They're like the foot soldiers. They get the brunt of all the complaints. Okay. And this lady, I was telling that there. She goes, well, geez, I really appreciate that. Thank you for, you know, just speaking on behalf. I said, no, I don't mind. I said, it's true. I said, I've been in that line of work. I know what it's all about, where people will call you up, yell, scream, complain at you, and curse in some cases. She goes, yeah, you're right. She goes, we do have people calling up, yelling at us. You're not going to get anything. You know, there's an old saying, you can get more bees with honey. If you use diplomacy and you talk to these people nice, in some cases they could help you out. They have a little, you know, they have a little leeway in there where they could help you out. They know what they can and what they can't do. But if you call up, pick up the phone, hey, this thing, you start yelling, screaming at them, they'll yes you along, all right, and then that's it, be done with the call. But if I found out when you're very polite with these people and explain your issue or concerns with them, they will listen and they will help you out in most part. eBay's done it for me. That's why I said I really don't have complaints about eBay. However, if there's something I don't like, I will speak my piece, regardless whether it's eBay or PayPal. But for the most part, they've been very good to me. And the same thing with PayPal. I don't have any vices with either one of them. All right, they've been pretty good. I have to honestly say, with me. Now, other people say, well, that's your thing. Maybe they've been good with you, not with me. Again, it depends how you handle it. I can't picture for anything where you're gonna call up a teammate and they're gonna say, yeah, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? I can never picture that ever happening. So, when you're dealing with these people, just be very courteous, kind, stuff like that. Remember, they're not the ones writing the programs. They're not the ones causing you to lose sales, So for us to sit here and complain about them and say, well, this, that, and the other thing, there's nothing they could do. Their hands are tied. What can they do? They sit there and they take all the complaints, oh, yeah, this, that, and the other thing, blah, blah, blah. You go on, you're sitting there talking to these people. What do you want them to do? They could escalate it to another, their superiors. And what's the superior going to tell you? Well, geez, I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. There's a lot of competition out there. I've called up a couple of times over the past. Are you guys having any problems? I said, oh no, why you ask? I said, because the eBay is really slow. It's like Deadsville here. I'm not making no sales. It's almost like a whole month I'm going with almost without no sales. Oh no, everything's up in front running with the system. There's no problem that we know of. And I had one teammate even went as far as to go and check to do to research and see if there was something. Maybe she didn't get the memo, or maybe it wasn't updated. And she would say, come back and say, no, as far as I know, checking with other people, there's nothing wrong with the system. And then, that's when the other thing comes out. There's a lot of competition, blah, blah, blah. And then if it's the time of the year, the seasons, the holidays, there's always, I call it the big excuse game, because there's always someone telling you as to why you're not making sales. So just keep these things in mind when I'm telling you. If there's anything that people want to share with me, leave it in a comment below. I'd be more than happy to oblige and answer your questions, your comments. As long as they're nice, I have no problem answering them. But I just want to say one thing in closing this video out. For those who are new, in case you're wondering why I do these videos, I do the sneak peek videos, demo videos, and intro videos. I also do the reseller news. And I call it sometimes it's tossed up eBay reseller news or whatever, just eBay reseller news. But the whole premise behind it, folks, is to share information with you guys. Okay, and it's not only about e-commerce. If you are new to my channel, I do talk about different other topics besides eBay or e-commerce. I like to talk about photography. I like to talk about the video editing software I use. So every now and then, you're going to see different content coming into this onto this channel. And the reason why I want to keep it with fresh, different content is because hopefully you'll like the content and keep coming back for more. And hopefully you'll become a subscriber. And if you could be a loyal subscriber to me, I do have some people that have been sticking with me through thick and thin on this channel. I'm trying to get it to grow to 1,000. This way I could get the channel to be monetized, and then maybe I could do a Patreon account and so on and so forth. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, if I can get this monetized where it could generate some kind of income, it supports the channel, and it gives me more time to do research and stuff like that and put out good, clean content, which I do regardless. I do. In my channel, I do not discuss religion and politics, and there's no profanity on it. As a matter of fact, I consider my channel a kid-safe channel. Anybody could sit around, if you were watching me in your living room, dining room, wherever, kitchen, and you happen to put me on, my YouTube channel, and you're listening to me, you don't have to worry about telling your kids, oh, go into the next room because I'm listening to this guy. I don't know what he's going to talk about or what's going to come out of his mouth. I can assure you this. All right, and this is my affirmation to you guys. As long as I'm sitting behind this HP webcam, you're not going to hear profanity coming out of my mouth. I can tell you right now, no matter what the circumstances are. Okay, and the same thing applies to dealing with politics and religion. I don't discuss them. There's nothing wrong with them. I do have my own political views, and I also do have my own religious beliefs. Those topics, there's nothing wrong with them. I just don't want to keep it on this channel. For all intents and purposes, it deals with eBay. Okay, if I want to have a channel like that or deal like I mean, my channel is an open forum, then I would start a channel specifically geared towards that topic. Okay, if it's dealing with religion, I'll have a channel dealing with religion. If it's with politics, and so on. But for all intents and purposes, like I said again, I want to keep this here with eBay related news, e-commerce. Okay, so that's what it's all about. But anyway, I want to close this video out, and I just want to say one more time to the potential subscribers. I don't know. I was doing the reason why I'm saying that is because I want to share this with you guys. I don't mind sharing it. I was looking at the my YouTube analytics. Well, actually, Morning Fame too is another one. But they were saying that a lot of people that watch my videos are people that are just like hitting the site. They're not subscribers because they tell you percentage of people subscribers watching it, and people are just visitors I think will watch it. And be honest with you, the visitors outranked the subscribers, but that's okay. You know, the more the merrier. Listen, I have no problem with that. There, if you're a person that's just a visitor, you're visiting my site for the first time, and maybe you want to get a little feel, you want to get a little, you want to get to know me better before you hit that subscribe button or bell notification icon. And I can understand, because you don't know what I'm all about. I don't know what you're all about. I don't know what type of topics you want me to talk about. I don't know what kind of information you're looking for. But I assure you, like I said again, I do put out good, clean content, and I'm upfront and honest, and I don't sugarcoat anything. I tell it like it is. And folks, like I always say in my videos, and not all the time, but in some of my videos, I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't have a book to sell you. I don't have a dream to sell you. The information I put out is what I get from other sources. Like I said, when I do the reseller news, I get Google alerts, and they talk about eBay, Amazon, Etsy, you name it, pretty much all the e-commerce sites, well, the ones I specify. And I will share that information. If I feel it's going to be viable and helpful to you as an eBay seller, or just in general an e-commerce seller, I will put it out there, and I will expand on those topics, and I'll say, hey, this is what it's all about, yada yada yada, and what you take away from it, that's totally up to you. I'm throwing it out there, folks. It's like giving a carpenter, telling a carpenter, here's the material, here's your hammer, your screwdriver, whatever your saw, build it. If you don't want to build it, that's fine. It's the same thing here. I'm putting the information out there. Whether you guys use it or not, or if you get some takeaway from it, that's totally up to you. It's how you perceive it, But like I said again, regardless, whether I get a lot of subscribers or I get none, I'm still going to keep doing this YouTube channel. I'm going to still keep putting content out there. I'm going to keep pumping content out. And it's going to be about different things, folks, too. It could be do-it-yourselves, how-tos, talking about maybe digital photography, talking about the video editing software I use, or my website software I use. It could be about anything and everything, So, like I said, it's an open forum, and I don't mind. I welcome everybody, to share their comments with me, as long as they're nice. If there's any specific things you want me to talk about, or you need help with certain things, a lot of my channels or videos I did last year, the year before. I get every now and then, I've been getting comments from other people asking questions about certain things I did in my old videos. Like, how does the clock, the Sony Dream Machine clock, how do you change the brightness on that? Or on the guitar, whatever, on the first act guitar, I don't know, how do you turn it on, tune it up, or whatever it may be. I get questions of all that, of different sorts, and I will answer them. And if I can't answer them, I will get the information for you guys, okay? I always try to do my best to help my subscribers out. And even if you're a visitor that you don't plan to subscribe to my channel, which I wish you would subscribe to my channel, I will help you out the best way I can. I can't, help people out monetarily, which I wish I could do that, but I can't, unfortunately. So the next best thing to do is offer your services and your kindness on YouTube, and try to help people out that way. And that's what my channel is all about: helping, inspiring, and sharing. And if I could do it, and you guys get, like I said again, get a takeaway from it, even if it's a small percentage of people, they can say, hey, something, I watched that guy's video, I did get a takeaway from this, whatever I talked about that time. And that's why I want to keep it. That's what this channel is all about. It's to help people, okay? And I just hope you guys like the content they put out. And like I said, I'm trying to be upfront. I'm upfront and honest with you guys. Like I said again, I don't sugarcoat anything. If I'm doing good on eBay, I'll tell you, well, it's been a good week. I'm not gonna sit there disclose figures. Say, well, I made 5,000 this week, which would be a dream. That's a dream. But I would disclose that information. Not disclose how much I made, but I would tell you, hey guys, I had a good week on eBay, or It's been really slow, Deadsville. But right now, I can tell you right now, before I even have to, I don't have to even do a video like that. It's kind of slow right now at this point in time. It is slow. eBay to me is slow. I mean, right now it is. But you know, it is what it is. I was talking to a relative of mine who sells on eBay as well. I said, "How you doing with sales?" I said, "Right now, sales are slow." I said it could be a number of things. You know, it is the summer. People could be away on vacation. Maybe if you're living in New York on the East Coast, the other day it was nice and sunny out, and bright and sunny. The weather was like picture perfect. People are probably at the beach, or they're probably walking. You know, they're at the park or visiting relatives, whatever. They're not going to sit there and say, "Geez, you know what? I got to go on eBay today." You know, or if they're on a beach, then I can't. Well, I'm not saying it can't happen, but I can't picture people with a laptop on the beach. They're supposed to be there sunbathing or swimming. I'm going to go check on eBay. Maybe be realistic here. Although people could do it. There's been times I've been on the beach. I've seen people on their cell phones, you know, sitting there catching the sun rays, and they're with their laptops and so on and so forth. Me personally, first off, I wouldn't do either or. I wouldn't take my cell phone to go to the beach, because you got the electromagnetic fields that can probably damage it, no doubt, if you're leaving, especially if you're in the sun. And especially my laptop. I would definitely not bring my laptop there unless you're going to sit there. But if you're going to put your laptop, put it under your chair and then go in the water, chances are, and you do it with your cell phone, chances are either one or both are going to be stolen. So that's out for me. I would never do that there. That's total. That's not for me. I would never do that there. You know, I'm a fanatic with my stuff anyway. I mean, I can't picture having my laptop there, especially with the keys and the beach sand. If it got in there, something, I didn't want to think about it, because I'm very fanatical when it comes to my electronics. I am very articulate, and I keep everything neat and clean when it comes to that. My cameras, like my digital, I couldn't pitch that there, you know. But there are people that do it, and if they do, that's more power to them. They want to do it, that's okay, you know. That's not for me. But anyway, listen. Let me close this video out. I hope it helped. I hope you got, like I said again, I hope you got a takeaway from it. If you do like the content, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. And if you do want to be notified as to when I post out new videos, hit that bell notification icon. My name is Rich Pasini. You're watching Shop RJ Pasini for great deals. Today is June 25th, 2019. Thank you again for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, bye-bye.